I'm gonna get my new Escalade in white.
White's good. That looked pretty sharp.
Yeah. Oh, and it'll match my new white iPhone.
Girl, you're always matching.
Oh, what are you gonna drive?
A Lexus. Make that 2 Lexus. One in black and one in champagne.
Oh, speaking of, did your mama get that case of champagne I had sent over to the house? You know your mama like her some champagne.
She got it, Alice. That was so nice of you. You didn't have to do that. I could have gone and got her some myself.
Well, I'm sure you got her some other really nice things. Gotta take care of your mama.
Oh, she wanted to my phone.
Oh.
Ladies, someone going to help that gentleman at the front counter. I mean, he's been ringing that bell for quite a while now.
And good morning to you too, Mr. Graham.
Sorry, Miss Pearl. Good morning. Morning to you too, Miss Alice.
Good morning, Mr. Graham.
Now, about that gentleman, who's going to help him?
I know it's not going to be me. I'm in the meeting.
Oh, I'm at a meeting too, Mr. Graham.
SUVs? You're both in the meeting discussing luxury SUVs? Seriously? With the gas prices these days, does it make any sense?
Honey, I have no idea how much gas costs these days. All I know is that my Lexus and Alice's Escalade are going to need a whole hell of a lot of it.
Hold on, sir. We'll be right there. Just a few more minutes. How is all this call talk related to the business of this office? This is a state office. The people of Illinois expect us to work for them.
I guess you could say we was on break.
It's 9 in the morning. How could you be on break at 9 in the morning?
I don't think I like your tone, Mr. Graham. You know, don't make me file a grievance on this. This is beginning to feel like a hostile work environment. You know, I've been a union steward for 30 years, and I know when someone's tone crosses a line. Where are we at, Alice?
A government office in the state of Illinois.
And where's Mr. Graham's tone at this morning?
Wisconsin.
Well, there's nobody who's going to treat a state worker like they do in Wisconsin on my watch. Hell no.
Pearl, you know I don't want any union trouble on this. It's just been real hard around here ever since
our good fortune.
Exactly. I'm sure that your good fortune had brought blessing to you and your families, but when it comes to the simple things as answering questions at the front counter, it's been a bit of a curse.
Is that why you wrote those terrible things in my last evaluation? Terrible, hurtful things? Things that hurt my heart for days and caused me to lose sleep while I tossed and turned all night?
Miss Pearl, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I wrote that you were a knowledgeable, long-term state employee with a wealth of experience, but that you have seemed to lost some of your motivation.
You can't talk to me like that. You can't cast aspersions on my character like that. I'm a millionaire, for God's sake. You can't talk to a millionaire like that. Oh, see, Alice, what'd I tell you? Mr. Graham's got a mean streak in him.
Well, Pearl, Mr. Graham does sort of have a point.
Point?
Even though we're millionaires, we still do work for the state of Illinois. Now, I'm not saying all the time, but every once in a while we do have to be about our JOB.
All I know is for the past 30 years I've worked for this state, and during those years I've played the lottery. Almost all of us did. That office pool ran for years, and some of us won a few dollars here and there. But 2 months ago, we hit the mega millions, and now I'm lazy. Now, I'm not a good worker, but I'm the same worker I was before, except I'm rich as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Please, Miss Pearl, no need to get upset. I love having you here, and Alice, and the rest. I just think that it's a bit unusual that 11 state workers would hit the jackpot worth over $350 million, and they would decide to stay in this government office.
Except for Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones didn't come back. All the rest of us came back, but Mr. Jones didn't come back. He was pro-management. He wasn't loyal to the union at all. Telling the bosses about us behind our back. Oh, he was a real rat. Good riddance.
No, Mr. Jones wasn't that bad, Pearl.
Really? Told the director about your shopping trips? The ones you took during business hours?
The ones I made before I was rich?
Exactly.
Oh, that snake in the grass! I got an oral reprimand for those shopping trips. 10 years working for the state, and that is the first disciplinary action on my record.
That's all right, Alice. An oral reprimand comes off your record after 2 years.
My point is that I wasn't expecting all of you to return. I mean, and because of the budget, I can't bring on any extra people right now. So I'm kind of stuck in a spot. Now I'm kind of in a pickle.
Millionaires don't make the best workers, I guess.
Where did you expect us to go?
I don't know. Vacation, retirement, just anywhere but here.
Why would we go anywhere else? Almost all our friends and most of our enemies are right here working for the state. I like to keep an eye on both from a close distance.
I'm not your enemy, Miss Pearl.
Well, the jury's still out on that one. You're about 50-50.
How are we going to work this out? I need some help here. What are we going to do? Somebody in this office has to help these people. I mean, the general public will demand something be done.
Mr. Graham, you know, I've been around a while with this state of Illinois. But what you don't know is that my first passion almost became my vocation. 30 years ago, I was in my last semester of school. The training was rigorous, the subject matter demanding, and lives were at stake. But through it all, I performed with grace under pressure and became a true captain of the air.
You were training to be a pilot?
No, I was training to be an air traffic controller.
Good Lord.
I know. I couldn't believe it either. But then tragedy struck in the form of that jelly bean eating actor, Ronald Reagan. He fired all the air traffic controllers, and that's when everything went to shit.
Well, why didn't you fill in, Pearl? You were in school. You didn't get fired.
There's no way I was going to be a scab. I stood by my union brothers. I gave up air traffic controlling and all that went with it. My dream of ruling the air went up in smoke when the Gipper said no to the union. So I said goodbye to stress and suppressed mayhem, filtered through a Chuck Yeager-style voice, and hello to paper pushing, low pay, modest benefits. So I got me this job with the state, and I've been union ever since.
I'm sorry Ronald Reagan crushed your dreams.
I gave up a lot to get this job with the state. The union has had to fight tooth and nail for everything that we've gotten over the years.
Those people out there think that we won the lottery already just because we work for the state. I started off as an office clerk. Then I became an office aide, then an office associate, and now I'm an office assistant. It's not my fault that the terrible economy has turned my low-paying but stable job into the tree trimmer position in the Garden of Eden. 10 years working here, and I still make less than half of your starting salary, Mr. Graham.
How do you know?
Oh, it's on the state website.
Part of our job duties as office assistants is to periodically check the salaries of all our coworkers. It's become a little less meaningful now that we're millionaires, but old habits die hard.
And the pension. Look, I've been paying my share all these years. The state hasn't paid anything. The pension problem was not started by me and Pearl.
Yeah, those politicians have used our pension fund for their own private piggy banks, their own crackpots, their book cookers.
And don't get me started on Rob Goyevich.
Ooh, leave Blago out of this.
Or Michael Madigan and all his cronies down in Springfield.
Our only consolation is that now we're as rich as they are, and they'd have to use progressive discipline to boot us out of here.
Right. So I am less than enthusiastic to help those people out there at the front counter. Okay, they're not doing me any favors, expect me to shoulder all the state's pain.
Now, can we agree that someone has to get that at some point?
Yeah, I guess.
Mr. Graham, I'll give you $1,000 cash to go out there and do it.
Done.
Where are you going, Mr. Graham?
I'm going to get 1,000 scratch-off lottery tickets.